Hello everybody, my name is Dragon. Welcome back my channel Health Fitness 1047. Here is the episode new. Follow me.
The most impressive scenes in Squid Game Season 1. Important scenes in Squid Game Season 1, recommended by director Wang Dong-hyuk and the cast before the premiere of Season 2. According to the director, the first two episodes are especially important because they introduce the desperate situation of the main character Seong Ji-hun, from being forced by a creditor to sign a kidney donation paper to failing to ask for help from his best friend Park Yoon-bae. Some seemingly minor characters, such as Park Yoon-bae or the Lone Shark Kim, will play key roles in the sequel, so viewers are encouraged to rewatch to understand the characters' motivations. In addition, the scene where frontman reveals his face, facing his younger brother, Detective Wang Jun-ho, is also considered a profound psychological scene, greatly influencing Season 2. Other characters such as VIP, the ex-girlfriend of the virtual currency expert or the mysterious upper class in the game system are also introduced as details that will expand the universe of Squid Game. 1. The character's psychological circuit is the key starting Season 1 with the image of an exhausted Seong Ji-hun, torn apart by debt and despair. The director wants the audience to understand that survival games are not just bloody entertainment but the result of an indifferent social system. The early scenes when Ji-hun has to sign a kidney donation paper or is refused help by his best friend, not only lay the foundation for the plot but also sow the seeds for psychological transformation in Season 2. Now, the character is not just playing to live but playing to destroy the system, creating an action psychological line that is completely opposite to the previous part. This shows that the series is not following the old pattern but is moving towards a deeper level of resistance, and Ji-hun himself becomes a symbol of awakening. 2. The side scenes open up a larger universe, the return of characters like Park Yoon-bae. The Lone Shark Kim or VIP shows that Squid Game continues not only through the main character but also through a dense network of side characters with hidden connections. Characters that were thought to appear only once are now the center of the new season, reflecting the way the screenwriter has carefully inserted Fukusen Fushi is hidden. Tuyin is thread, from the beginning. This helps the series maintain a consistent flow, avoiding the disjointedness of the sequels. More importantly, it reveals a Squid Game universe that can develop on par with series like Black Mirror or Hunger Games. 3. Frontman's unmasking, a twist on the nature of power. The scene where frontman, Wang In-ho, is unmasked is not simply an action twist. It is a symbol of the inner conflict of the former player who has become an operator, the one who was miserable, now repeating the cruel cycle on others. The fact that he confronts his younger brother, a detective representing justice, but does not choose to step back shows that power corrupts people and that, sometimes, the survivors themselves become part of the system they once hated. This detail opens up a potential moral conflict in Part 2. Squid Game is no longer a game, but a dystopia of society, from the suffocating scenes when playing red light, green light to the scene of killing people just to survive. Viewers once thought that Squid Game was a bloody game that reflected class division. But with the details revealed in the article, Part 2 does not simply continue to kill, but digs deeper into the inner self, the connection between people, victims and perpetrators, past and present. Seong Ji-hun returns not for money but for the truth. And to do that, he must confront not only powerful VIPs but also those who were friends, teammates and even himself in the past. Squid Game 2 promises to be a sharp social indictment. The addition of characters such as the failed cryptocurrency expert, a very modern image, shows that the director not only wants to create drama, but also wants to reflect the mood of modern society, where everyone can be caught up in the financial whirlwind, pushed to the edge and become an unwilling player in a game with no way out. From the image of masked VIPs watching the poor kill each other for entertainment, to seemingly harmless lines of dialogue, Squid Game cleverly exposed the mechanism of materialism and the indifference of the ruling class. Squid Game Season 1 is not only famous for its bloody scenes, but also for the social and psychological depth cleverly embedded in each frame. Lan Huong's article emphasizes important segments not only to recall memories, but also as a warning. If you do not understand the root of the tragedy, you will not be able to understand the motive behind the return of Seong Ji-hun, who now does not play to live, but plays to finish the game. Bloody memories and seeds of revenge, the most haunting scenes of Squid Game Season 1 and theories for Season 2 before Squid Game 2 officially launched. A series of images and shares from the cast and director Wang Dong-hyuk made the global audience stormy again. Because this time, the only survivor, Seong Ji-hun, is no longer a fugitive from poverty, but becomes the one chasing the deadly game that once brought him to the pinnacle of glory and the depths of suffering. 1. Reenacting the tragedy. The opening scenes decide fate. Director Wang Dong-hyuk emphasized, the first 2 episodes are the roots for the entire series. Not the killing scenes in the games, but the moment when people are broken. The scene where Seong Ji-hun signs the kidney donation paper, a person at the end of his rope with nothing left to lose. The moment he asked his best friend Young Bae for money outside the bar, deeply depicts the state of helplessness, rejection, and being abandoned by society. This is not only the reason why Seong Ji-hun joined the game. It is also the foundation to understand why a survivor decided to return to the place that took the lives of hundreds of people. 2. The characters that seem to be fleeting, but are the key to Season 2. Park Young-bae, the friend who refused to help Seong Ji-hun, was confirmed to be a key player in the new season. No one expected that the person who appeared for only a few seconds would play a crucial role. This shows that Squid Game did not miss any details, and Season 2 will be where the lost pieces from the first season return, haunting and distorting the entire logic of the game. The same goes for the loan shark Kim, who once pushed Seong Ji-hun to the brink. The return of these characters is not simply to serve the fans, but also a way for the film to draw a chain of social violence where the victims and perpetrators rotate roles. 3. Frontman, the supervisor or the brainwashed victim. The scene where the game master frontman, Lee Byung-hun, reveals himself and confronts his younger brother, Detective Wang Jun-ho, is one of the scenes that turns the axis for the entire plot. When he is forced to shoot his own brother, his face not only shows pain but also hides the torment of a corrupted person. And Lee Byung-hun himself revealed, only when watching Part 2. The audience will understand Frontman's true feelings. That makes people wonder, was Frontman once a player, once Seong Ji-hun of a time ago? Was it the pain of loss, witnessing the corruption of humanity that made him choose to stand in the ranks of evil? And now, will he side with Seong Ji-hun, or be the last obstacle? 4. Supporting characters, a panorama of a rotten society. New cast members such as IMC Won, a failed cryptocurrency expert, and Jo Yoo-ri, his ex-lover, open up a new depth about the price of modern greed. In the context of virtual currencies and virtual financial investments causing mass bankruptcies, the film seems to reflect the tragedy of the times, where people are not killed by guns and bullets, but are wiped out by the market and fraud. The scene where Detective Wang Jun-ho breaks into the VIP area is also especially emphasized. The bosses sitting on the throne, watching others die for fun, reflect the ruling capitalist class, controlling the lives of others like chess pieces. A naked world where there is no law, only entertainment and blood. Part 2. Seong Ji-hun returns, victim or judge. When Seong Ji-hun returns to the game, no longer a person who wants to live, but a person with the mission of liberating trapped souls, the film will change from a journey of survival to a journey of resistance. But will he be able to do it? Or will he be swallowed up by the system? 1. Seong Ji-hun will become a new frontman. Maybe the game needs a new leader after the collapse of the old system. Seong Ji-hun will have to choose. Go inside to destroy from the inside, or become the very thing he once hated. 2. Frontman joins forces with Seong Ji-hun. Both of them were deceived and witnessed the cruelty of the game. Frontman can be an unexpected ally. His late repentance after shooting his younger brother will be an important knot leading to an underground rebellion in the system. 3. Park Young-bae, a potential traitor. Park Young-bae's reappearance is not meaningless. It is possible that he has already sold his soul, or become an insider of the organization. A timely betrayal could ruin the entire overthrow plan that Seong Ji-hun is pursuing. 4. The true identities of the VIPs will be revealed. It is highly likely that Part 2 will let the audience know the true identities of the VIPs. Even the connection between them and the real-life political and financial circles. The film will not only stop at survival but also move towards exposing the invisible power system that manipulates society. A new game, but a battle for humanity. Squid Game 2 will no longer be a place where people run away from fate. But it will be a mirror reflecting society, where every choice must be paid for in blood.